Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. We're going to join together in the Niku. Yai la lai 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 la lai. Yai lai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai 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 la lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai lai la lai. Let's try that together. Yai la lai 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 la lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 la lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai. Hinei matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Page 10. Hinei matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Everybody. Hinei matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Tonight, I would like to share with you a poem that moved me this week. As I begin, I want to invite you to take a breath, close your eyes if you are comfortable, and in the middle of the poem, you'll know when it would be time to open your eyes if you choose to close them. The poem is entitled Darkness and Light, and is written by Alden Solovey, a Reformed rabbinic student and liturgist. If it is true that there is a darkness that consumes light, a darkness that makes darker darkness alive, so alive that you can touch it, taste it, smell it, cold and thick as liquid emptiness, a darkness that frightens itself, then it must be true that there is a light that consumes darkness, a radiance that makes brilliant brilliance alive, so alive that you can touch it, taste it, smell it, warm and bright as liquid sunshine, a light that blesses creation. Let us be enveloped by this light as we open our eyes, seeing the Ner Tamid, that eternal light that brings our eyes towards Torah, the light and warmth of one another here today. We invite up Carol Kerman to light our Shabbat candles on page 3 to continue being enveloped by light.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. We continue now on page 12, welcoming Shabbat with Lechuna Ranana, the opening that we started with when you were all coming in, so it should sound familiar.
Let us sing unto God a new song. Let's try that. Let us sing unto God a new song. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Everybody now. Lechuneranena la Adonai, Naria letzuri shenu, lekadma bana vetota, bizmiro naria lo, bizmiro naria lo. Let us sing unto God. Let us sing unto God. Sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la.
We continue with Lechado D on pages 20 and 21. We will join together, obviously, in the chorus, but then together for verses. Boom. Verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. It's not me.
Is it me?
I don't know. What? We'll say yes. 1, 2, 5. We're going to be at trivia on Sunday night if you want to see this continue. 1, 2, 5, and 9. Those are our verses. How many times can I say it? On the 9th verse, Bo'iva Shalom, we will rise facing the entrance of our sanctuary, beckoning that Shabbat spirit towards us, that light, that warmth, not only with each other's presence or those of you joining us on live stream, but with our smiles, our community being together, welcoming Shabbat.
Which verse?
Stop it. 1, 2, 5, and 9.
No, the one that we stand on.
9 is the one
Okay,
we stand
good.
on. I have to remind y'all too, I forget.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela shamor vezachor bedimor echad ishmiyanu el hamiuchad Adonai echadu shemo echad shemo tiferet velitchila lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat Charudi. Lechadoni. Likrat kala. Penei Shabbat. Mekabela. Top of the next page. Hitoreri. Hitoreri. Kiva orei. Kumi ori. Ori ori. Shir daveri. Kod Adonai anai niva. Lechadoni. Likrat kala. Penei Shabbat. Lekabela. Bohui v'shalom. Ateret bala. Gam besimcha u'vetzola. Toch emunei am segula. Bohui chala, bohui chala. Lechadoni, likrat kala. Penei Shabbat, lekabela.
Turn to one another, wish each other a Shabbat Shalom. Let them know you are glad they are here. Y'all are done talking really fast. All right, we are going to remain standing through Shema, but on page 26 will come the Chatzi Kaddish in just a moment.
For anyone, this is your first time at Temple Beth-El, this is not usually how it is. Yitkatan ve'yitkala shemei Rava Be'almad v'rachirotei ve'amlich malchutei B'chayechon uvyomechon Uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael Bagala bagala Uvizman kahari ve'meru Amen Yehi Shmei Rampa Mevorach Leolam Ulal Me'al Maya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitbar V'yitframa Minasei V'yithadar V'yithalev V'yithala Shemei Dekodesha Brichu Leila Min Kol Birchada V'shihirahata Tush Bechata V'nechemata Damiran Be'alma V'imru Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai. Yai lai lai lai. Yai lai 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 lai.
We continue on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakira kirtsono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil bein yom uvein layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid imloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. On the top of page 33, we join together. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. We turn to page 100, and I'm so used to saying 116 on Saturday mornings. Bear with me. Page 36, Ve'ahavta. At least you know I'm here on Saturday mornings. We join together on with Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha vechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
On the bottom of page 39, we read responsively. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
Next page, page 40, Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha netar ba'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha netar ba'kodesh.
Tehilot.
Osei
Beth-El.
Nora
Tehilot.
Osei
Beth-El.
Adonai Hilo Leolam Vaed Malchutecha Rahu Vanecha Bokei Ayam Lifne Moshe Miriam Zeli Anu Ve'amru Adonai Himloch Leolam Vaed Michamocha Ba'elim Adonai Michamocha Nedar B'Kodesh Michamocha Ba'elim Adonai Michamocha Nedar B'Kodesh Nora
Tehilot.
Osei
Beth-El.
Nora
Tehilot.
Osei
Beth-El.
Adonai Hiloch Leolam Vaed Beneman Kivad Adonai Yaakov Ugalo Miad Chazak Mimenu Baruch Atah Adonai Gad Yisrael.
Page 43.
A prayer for unity we need now more than ever. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let's try that together. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, spread over us a shelter, a sukkot shlumecha, a shelter of your peace. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu Leshalom. Let's try that. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu Leshalom. Let there be love. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. One more time. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
We continue now on page 44 at the top, singing Vishamru, recognizing the Shabbat that we have been given.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם. Let's all try that. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם. כי ששת ימים, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם. וביום השביעי שבת, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המריד עולם.
We rise now for the Amidah, beginning on page 46.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Adonai sefatai titach ufi yagid hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, Mashiv haruach umorid Hashem. Mechalkel chayim bechesed. Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim verofech olim. Umatir asurim. Umekayem emunato lishenei afar michamocha bal gevurot umito melach melech memid umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'emanata lehachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh ukedoshim bechol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
You may be seated. At the top of page 55, we join together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levarecha be'ira na'avod. On page 60, we join together in our prayer for peace. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever. For you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Having prayed for peace in our world, we think of those who face the future not fully whole, those who are in need of healing of mind, of body, and of spirit. We think of those listed on your order of service and those who are in our hearts as we take a moment now to whisper their names out loud. Misha Barach can be found on page 253.
Of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekol habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. We turn now to our prayer for peace between Israel and its neighbors, which can be found on your order of service. If you are able, I invite you to please rise. Together, Rock and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, the dawning of our redemption. Shield it with your compassion and spread over it the sukkah of your shalom. Compel its leaders to act for the good of all who dwell in your holy land. Grant them sound minds, courageous hearts, and compassionate souls as they navigate the treacherous terrain of conflict and terror, war and destruction. Freer of the captives and binder of their wounds, be with those who remain in captivity and console their families. Give them strength to endure and speedily send them home. May the image of their faces remain in our hearts. Master of compassion, bring security and peace to all those who are vulnerable. Comfort all who are displaced and suffering. Protect the innocent wherever they may be, in Israel, in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Yemen. May we never lose sight of their humanity and the spark of God's presence in us all. Holy One of blessing, may the leaders of the world put their people before power and reach for compromise before conflict. Uproot the hatred, animosity, and distrust of all those who would do harm, and replace them with love and kinship, so that all the peoples who dwell in your holy land find safety and sustenance, quiet and contentment, and an abundance of everlasting peace. Amen.
Amen. We now join together in Achenu, asking God to continue watching over our brothers and sisters still being held captive in Gaza, praying for their safe and immediate return. There are still more than 80 in captivity, with 3, God willing, being released tomorrow. We will not stop saying this prayer until they are all returned home. Achenu kol Beit Yisrael, Achenu kol Beit Yisrael, hanetunim betzara, betzara uvashivya, haomdim ben bayam uvein bayabasha. Hamakom yerachem, yerachem aleichem, v'yotziei mitzara, liracha, u'me'afel aleora, u'mishibu ligola, hashta bagala, uvizman akariv, hashta bagala, uvizman akariv. Together, as for our brothers and sisters, the whole house of Israel, who are given over to trouble or captivity, whether they abide on the sea or on the dry land, may the all-present have mercy upon them and bring them forth from trouble to enlargement, from darkness to light, and from subjection to redemption, now speedily and at a near time. Amen.
You may be seated. We take a moment now for our own silent prayers.
I invite you to turn in your Sidurim to page 352. We are getting to that pivotal moment in our text. We are getting ready to leave Egypt, only to come at this very treacherous, closed-off waters, the Sea of Reeds. And then, miraculously, the sea is going to open up. God willing, will continue to open up. And then on the other side, we're going to sing this song, Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. God is my help and my salvation, and I will sing to God. Page 352. Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Let's try that together. Oziv Zimrat Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Second part. Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Everybody can go ahead and look up here. We know the words. Oziv Zimrat Yah. Here we go. Oziv Zimrat Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Yavayehili Lishua. Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Second part. Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Oziv Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Now it's just going to be you now. Here we go. Oziv. Follow my hand. Zimrat Yavayehili Lishua. Amen.
This week's Torah portion, Bo, finishes the plagues. The ninth one, Choshech, or darkness, has always been intriguing to me. Part of me says, how bad could it really be? It sounds like a wonderful opportunity for more restful sleep, maybe some peace and quiet. But how dark could it have really been? The dark it is when I close my eyes and I can still see spots of light. The darkness at the Natural Bridge Caverns when they turn out the light to show you what true darkness really is. If you haven't been, you should go. While we translate Choshech as darkness, it can also be defined as obscurity, or to be or grow dark. Alden Solovey, a Reform rabbinic student and liturgist, points out that in just 2 verses of this Torah portion, Choshech is mentioned 3 times with a slight variance. Then Adonai said to Moses, "Hold out your arm toward the sky, that there may be darkness upon the land of Egypt, a darkness that can be touched." Moses held out his arm toward the sky, and thick darkness descended upon all the land of Egypt for 3 days. The first phrase, Vayehi Choshech, darkness will appear. One explanation of this version of darkness is that night got even darker and blacker. Well, this is a little hard for me to understand as one of those folks who lives outside the 1604 loop and sees stars every cloudless night. I had to throw in the dig. Even if there are clouds, you can frequently see the light of the moon illuminating the clouds. So how could a night become darker? The second phrase is Vayamesh Choshech. Choshech, darkness, will be tangible or can be touched. This one is very curious to me, and Ibn Ezra, a biblical commentator from medieval Spain, says that it means they could feel the darkness with their hands. Sforno, an Italian commentator from the 1500s, continues by explaining that it was a kind of darkness that was unable to interact with light at all. It had density and texture. When I read this, I continue to try to feel darkness or imagine what it could feel like. I come up empty-handed, except for the feeling of maybe fog, which light has a hard time getting through. The last reference to darkness in these verses is Vayechi Choshech Afela. There was a thick darkness. This one, Solovi explains, employs a synonym, Afela, which means darkness, gloominess, calamity, and in this case, supernatural darkness. This one struck me a little bit differently. Using Afela, there is a different feeling with it, a feeling of deep despair. This one makes the most sense, and if it is true that each of the phrases, each of the time darkness is said, represents a progressive intensity of the darkness, then this one feels a little bit familiar. This one could be depression. This one could be fear. This one could be the time of feeling like you can never find the light. Yesterday afternoon, my phone buzzed with a note from my boys' school. The school uses an app to send me pictures and videos, updates on meals, Josh's naps if he takes them, snacks, and messages for pertinent information. The app is always going off, and frankly, I love it, and I'm a little addicted. I love being able to see what they are doing in school and how their day is going. It allows me to kick off conversations with them about their days. But yesterday, my stomach dropped as I read, "Hello, parents. Please be advised, we are currently experiencing a lockdown due to a suspicious person." That's all I needed to grab my things and run out. On my way there, I kept refreshing the app, waiting for the all clear. 40 minutes later, that message arrived. By that time, I was already on campus and knew things were okay, even though there was still quite a police presence. When we got in the car, the boys told me a variety of stories, but Trevor, as a first grader, definitely knew it was not a drill. He gave me all the different scenarios he had heard about this person, and then Josh, at 4, not wanting to be left out, assured me that he turned into Spider-Man, and that Spider-Man finally showed up in San Antonio and saved the day by webbing up the bad guy. He was Spider-Man who webbed the bad guy. While the last part made me laugh, my heart was still pounding. I knew they were okay, and yet, I drove to their school in Vayehi Choshech. Darkness appeared. I waited for the all clear with Vayamesh Choshech, tangible darkness. As I waited to understand what happened, there was Vayehi Choshech Afela, a thick darkness that included gloominess and a feeling of calamity. I will say that the feeling has not totally gone away as we continued to get updates throughout the evening and even until a few hours ago with pictures, descriptions, and explanations of the event. But then I paused. My kids are safe. Their friends are safe. everyone at the school is okay. But that's not how it always is. Darkness surrounds us all the time, and many times it feels palpable and like a calamity, as if it will never, ever go away. We are living in a world of chaos right now in so many ways. The darkness feels all-consuming. The plane and helicopter crash in DC this week, killing over 60 innocent people, many of them teenagers returning from an ice skating competition. The fears and confusion over various orders coming from the new administration. The hostages still in Gaza, even with the return of 15 hostages in the past few weeks, with the release of 3 more, God willing, tomorrow. There is a lot of darkness. For 483 days, I have been all consumed by the darkness that the hostages were living in and the 80+ that are still living in it. For those that have left captivity, watching their reunion videos, I can't help but sob. I am in awe of the families that work tirelessly to get their loved ones home. I am in awe of the hostages who have fought back in so many ways to come back to their families, friends, and home. They endured unimaginable things, many of which we know from other hostages, but they came from the darkness to the light. Ume'afela la'ora, the words that we sing each week for Achenu. The word afela is used here to highlight the deepest form of darkness, the same word used in the last choshech of darkness in the 9th plague. But these hostages, they came past it. Not necessarily in an emotional or psychological way, because that will take a lot of work with help from a lot of people, but from a physical way. They did not let the darkness trap them forever and emerged into the physical light and the radiance of their loved ones. When discussing the darkness from the plague in Torah, Rabbi Dr. Harold Kushner, in his Torah commentary, Eitz Chaim, explains, perhaps the plague was not a physical darkness. Perhaps it was a spiritual or psychological darkness, a deep depression. He continues, the person who cannot see his neighbor is incapable of spiritual growth, incapable of rising from where he is currently. In Jewish legal discussion of defining how early one may recite the morning prayers, dawn is defined as when one can recognize the face of a friend, when one can see other people and recognize them as friends. The darkness has begun to lift. I imagine this is what it feels like for the hostages, to see the faces of the Red Cross, then the IDF, then their immediate family members, and then more family and friends. The darkness begins to lift. We must learn from them. We must move from darkness to light. We cannot let ourselves get bogged down by fears and anxieties, by depression or anger. We cannot be enveloped in the darkness that is even darker than the night, or tangible, or even a calamity. We must find that light that radiates our hope and our energy. We must find the brilliance of light that illuminates the things around us that we may not be seeing. We must find and recognize our friends so that the darkness can lift us. We must focus on the positives, even when it seems there may not be any. We must take breaths and stay calm, because if we don't, we will be at a standstill or be thrust into darkness. We must lift ourselves up and lend a hand to help others out of the darkness. We must move forward against all odds. We must, we must, we must. I end with the poem I began with tonight by Alden Solovey, entitled Darkness and Light. If it is true that there is a darkness that consumes light, a darkness that makes darker darkness alive, so alive that you can touch it, taste it, smell it, cold and thick as liquid emptiness, a darkness that frightens itself, then it must be true that there is a light that consumes darkness, a radiance that makes brilliant brilliance alive, so alive that you can touch it, taste it, smell it, warm and bright as liquid sunshine, a light that blesses creation. Shabbat Shalom.
We now rise and open up our Sidurim to page 283 as we begin to conclude our service with Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedula leotzer breishit, shehu sam chelkeinu leached et shemo, v'koch aleinu lehamlich malchuto, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malachei hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo
You may be seated. In honor of this week being International Holocaust Remembrance Day and the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, we turn to page 292 for our memorial meditation this Shabbat. We have lived in numberless towns and villages, and in too many of them we have endured cruel suffering. Sometimes some we have forgotten, others are sealed in our memory, a wound that does not heal. 100 generations of victims and martyrs, still their blood cries out from the earth. And so many at Dachau, at Buchenwald, at Babi Yar. What can we say? What can we do? How bear the unbearable or accept what life has brought to our people? All who are born must die, but how shall we compare the slow passage of time with the callous slaughter of the innocent cut off before their time? They lived with faith, not all, but many, and surely many died with faith in God, in life, in the goodness that even flames cannot destroy. May we find a way to that strength of that faith, that trust, that sure sense that life and soul endure beyond this body's death. They have left their lives to us. Let a million prayers rise whenever Jews worship. Let a million candles glow against the darkness of these unfinished lives. We think of all of those people, and we also think of those who died this week in DC. Our thoughts turn now to those in our community and extended community, those who have died at this time in years past. As we mark their yard sites, we remember them. Pearl Abraham, Catherine Abramson, Shirley Arbetter, Sarah Barnett, Barbara Bethane, Ephraim L. Block, Eva Barkin Block, Ray F. Bodenheimer, Henry William Bollinger, Ruth Elaine Bird, Paul David Chernus, Herman Cohen, Ruth Cohen, Noel C. Dubin, Mary Epstein, Mary Espinosa, Paul Feinberg, Mildred Boritz Feiner, Suzanne Josephson Feinsilver, Alexander Fremont, Kalman Garfinkel, Mel Glick, Milton Goldstein, Stanley D. Greenblatt, Edna Guggenheim, Ruth Hendon, Ruth Hoff, Edwin Harold Holland, Mary Holliday, Len Hopp, Lillian Hurwitz, Dudley Johnston, Isadore Kaplan, Harry Kimball, Enoch Kleinsmith, Robert Koch, Arthur Corman, Polly Landa, Morris Levy, Richard Levy, Rose Mandel, Norman Menger, Francis Davidson Meyerson, Marlene Nathan Meyerson, Dorothy Middleman, Harriet Newman, Oscar Spitz, Philip J. Pfeiffer, Alan Pincus, George W. Pyle, Myrna Rafkin, Jack Rips, Golda Reutman, Aaron Roos, Albert Rose, Lucille Segor, Saul Charlack, Joel Ivan Scherer, Cecilia Novi Simons, Hannah Stern, Abraham Steer, Lois Safir, Irina Vishnevetsky, Nell Walden, Dr. Donald Wayne, Richard Weinstein, and William Weiss. To these names, we add the names of those who have been laid to their eternal rest in the past 30 days, whose family and friends are in a mourning period of Shloshim. We remember Darlene Lest, Rose Sherman Williams, and Nora Hamrouni. We also think of those who had laid to their eternal rest this past week, whose family and friends are in a mourning period of Shiva. We remember Michael Barry Rose, husband of Carolyn Rose, father of Scott Rose and Brian and Summer Rose, brother of Karen and Dennis Craze, grandfather of Sydney, Haley, Skylar, and Everly. We also remember Charles Mario Manoli Jr., father of Temple Beth-El member Julia and Philip Moss, and Sarah Rosario Manoli and David, grandfather of Allison Jane Moss. To all of these names, we add those which are in our hearts each and every day as we rise together as one community for Kaddish Yatom on page 294. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon u'vyomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'mei almaya, yitvarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yithaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu, La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, to which we say, amen. You may be seated. It is my honor to call forward Mina Lopez on behalf of our Board of Trustees to deliver tonight's announcements.
Good evening and Shabbat Shalom. On behalf of Temple Beth-El's Board of Trustees, thank you for joining us in our sanctuary or online. Thank you, Sisterhood, for our pre-Shabbat oneg. Thank you, Carol Carmen, for lighting our Shabbat candles. And thank you, Irene Burns, for greeting us this evening. Here are some upcoming Temple events. The Sunday Scholar Series with Rachel Stern is this Sunday, February the 2nd at 9:30 a.m. here at Temple. Join Rachel for her insightful series, Religion and Reflection. The first session, Feeling All the Feels, dives into the deep emotional landscape of Judaism. Trivia night is this Sunday, February the 2nd at 6 p.m. at Big's Burger Joint. There's still time to sign up by just registering on our website. If you're joining us, be sure to head to the correct Big's Burger Joint location. It's the one on UTSA Boulevard. Join us next Friday as we celebrate Rabbi Nathan's 10th year anniversary at Temple Beth-El. The Shabbat service will feature our Kol Simcha Choir, the Temple Beth-El Band, and a guest speaker. If you have registered, a catered sit-down dinner will take place following services. Temple Sisterhood will host a membership appreciation dinner on Thursday, February the 20th at 6:30. We will be celebrating Heart Health Month. Please sign up and join us for this heart healthy event, and please wear something red. Our Purim Carnival will be Sunday, March the 2nd from noon until 2 p.m. The Megillah reading and Nosh will be Thursday, March the 13th at 7 p.m. Please join us and our wickedly awesome cast for the Purim Shabbat and Spiel on Friday, March the 14th. Temple Beth-El's 150th Gala celebration will be Saturday, March the 22nd. There's a link on our website to register. We look forward to your participation in these educational and community building events. Information and registration links can be found on our website or in the weekly announcements that arrive in your inbox around 4 p.m. every Thursday. Shabbat Shalom.
If you are here tonight as part of the Choosing Judaism class or family, friends with, we're going to be meeting in Bar Shop, and give me a couple minutes and then I'll be joining you. But our closing song, but wait, there's more. Our closing song, O Yavo Shalom Aleinu, page 353. If you are able, please rise.
And yes, this one is actually on page 353. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.